I just don't generalize that. We were trying to check the line.
There you can see. No, my daughter agrees with that.
This is great, the one. Will review.
That's all designed to be about.
So I thought, well.
All right, welcome to the grand opening of Bonanza Park. This has been a much anticipated and long awaited day for many. And I know a lot of us are excited to see this ribbon get cut and officially celebrate and use Bonanza Park. So without any further ado, I'd like to turn the time over to Edgewood Company's President and CEO, Chuck Scher, who has some remarks before we cut the ribbon.
Thank you, Brandon. Hi, everybody. Glad you're all here. Thank you. It's an exciting day. Brandon said it's been a long time, not a long time coming. Actually, it's come together pretty quickly, but we're really pleased to be here today. You know, there's been a lot of talk in our community, and you hear about it on the news a lot, about the importance of public-private partnerships. You know, we hear about it a lot. Communities need to work together with the private sector, and the public sector needs to work together with the private sector to accomplish the goals that we have for our communities. And you know, sometimes you got to ask yourself, what are they talking about? What's a public-private partnership? How do you do that? How does it work? And I think what we've got here today with the Bonanza Park is a great example of how a public-private partnership can work. You know, today's dedication not only marks the opening of this park, but it provides Edgewood companies with an important tool for us to move forward with a very important project, the Edgewood Lodge, which, you know, at the end of the day, I'm confident, I'm very enthusiastic that that project will help one of our other community goals, which is stimulate our economy, help our tourism market evolve and transform into a very vibrant marketplace that it can be. So, you know, it's kind of the classic win-win situation. I know that's an overused cliche, but if you'll bear with me a little bit, I think maybe in this case it's a win-win-win. It's a win for our company, of course, because we get to move forward with a project we're very excited about. I think it's a win for this neighborhood, the Bonanza Avenue neighborhood, with this beautiful new park. And as I said a moment ago, I think it's a win for our community at large, for the help that we'll see and the vibrance we'll see down the road in our economy. So I think it's really kind of a win-win-win, and really a great example of how public-private partnerships can work. I'd just like to spend a couple minutes doling out a few thank yous for the organizations that were involved in what we're here to celebrate today. First and foremost, the City of South Lake Tahoe, the council and the staff, all the guidance and help and the dedication from the city has been very important, obviously, to us to get to where we are here today. I want to thank the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency for working through the approval process so quickly and efficiently. We really appreciate all the hard work that that organization did as well. Design Workshop, I want to thank them for all their great work and their fine work in really doing a great job of capturing all the ideas and all the input that came out of the many workshops that were held in advance of settling on the design. I think they did a really good job of blending those ideas and input and creativity together to come up with a design that I think was really works well for this community. Tahoe Outdoor Living, our local general contractor, Pat Begensky and his crew have done a terrific job. You know, they brought the project in on time, maybe even ahead of schedule, and I'm told on budget. So those are two things that CEOs like to hear, on time and on budget. So thank you, Pat, and your crew for that. I want to give a special recognition to a member of the Edgewood team, Brandon Hill, who's our MC today, and I know a lot of you have interacted with. You know, this has really been a labor of love for Brandon. He's worked hours and weeks and months on this project, and a lot of what you see here today is the result of his creativity and his dedication. So Brandon, on behalf of the community in Edgewood, thank you very much. But perhaps most importantly, I want to thank the residents and the families here in the Bonanza Avenue neighborhood. You have welcomed our organization with open arms. You've been collaborative. You've been involved in this process. Been supportive. I know Pat Bagansky and his crew told me many stories about interactions he's had with many of the neighbors as they've come by watching this park come to fruition. But you know, at the end of the day, this park belongs to all of you here in this community, in this neighborhood. And it has your signature on it, it has your creativity, it has your vision imprinted in it, and we wouldn't also be here without all of you. So I think those of you that are residents and families here, you should give yourself a hand. I think you've done a good job. So we have a barbecue we want to get to. We want to have some fun and a ribbon cutting, but before we do that, I'm going to turn the podium over to Claire Fortier, our mayor and a member of the TRPA governing board, and she's going to give us a couple comments, and then we're going to cut the ribbon and flip some burgers. So I'll turn things over to Claire.
So I heard there were free hamburgers, and I came out, and wow, there's a whole park around it. This is an amazing process. It was over a year ago when we sat down and did the design charrettes, and I honestly didn't think anyone would show. But amazingly enough, it was a crowd as people came to look at what was a very blighted area and consider and dream and decide what they wanted to create from that. Then I was here when they actually deconstructed the old hotel that was here, using most of the material again for other projects. And it wasn't very long ago, less than 3 months, that I actually got to dig some dirt here. And here we are. It's truly an amazing situation. Very rapidly done, very beautifully constructed. I'd like to personally thank Judy Finn and the planning staff from the City of South Lake Tahoe for really coming up with an amazing project and following it through. I'd like to thank the TRPA as well for being very kind in all of the approval processes. Certainly would like to thank most of all Edgewood Company, because Edgewood came to the city with an idea, and under the guidance of our former mayor Hal Cole, came up with a creative way of making what sometimes is a burdensome obligation, that is TAU, to construct something that we could all share. This truly is the definition of public-private partnership. It is visions like this that end up being this kind of a reality that make our city and our area truly someplace unique. So I'd like to thank Hal, the City of South Lake Tahoe City Council, for their vision in a project from what we never thought would ever happen with a commodity. So thank you very much, and thanks for being here. And are there free hamburgers?
Before you leave, Mayor, though, we have a presentation. This is a ceremonial shovel from the groundbreaking that took place, just as Mayor mentioned, just a couple months ago, that we want to present to the City of South Lake Tahoe in commemoration of that event, and also in commemoration of this event. And without further ado, we'll set that on the table. Because
the city would like to thank you very much. You better take it out of my hands or end up in a garage sale.
And then we'll have Chuck and Claire over here, and each of you take a handle, and then I'm going to ask, actually we're going to count down. I'm going to ask, let's all count down together from 5.
Want to count?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the park.
Let's go play.
We'll have lunch served. Kids first. Come on, guys.
Come on.
concerned about
Okay.
Hope. How you doing, man? Good. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah. Oh, pardon me, gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I heard Julian in that phone over there. My mom, she's in the black with white stripes. Want to go down there?
Down too?
Absolutely.
Good, good.
Huh? It's a little bit hard. Well, I just told you. We do, but elderflower? We're gonna keep them in the
She got the first two and then she got twins. 7 and under. I mean, just gnarly. I can't imagine.
Hi, Colleen.
Hey, Steve Noel.
See, how are you? He's not shy. Where'd you get your...
Pick one that has the design on the side, okay?
I think that one's pretty cool.
She has
Yeah.
spaces.
I'm actually gonna ask her which one.